Hello everyone, it's Brett here, Lionheart84. Now this is my, what we're looking at here is my second White Sapote, Casamaroa edulis. Now this is supposed to be a name variety Wilson. So one assumes it's meant to be a grafted plant, as they're extremely hard apparently to grow from cuttings, and I don't think they'd bother to air layer them if they even work from air layers. The only problem I can see with this particular plant, which is another Canarius supplied one, is there's no sign of a graft anywhere on the main stem from the ground level up to the existing growth that's here. Now furthermore, the plant has had at some stage serious dieback on the main stem's been cut off here, and it's had, you can see it's got rot on the bark. One side of the stem is completely rotted off. The other side of the stem still has some life on it, and still this shoot appears to be okay here. Certainly it's okay lower down, but there is nowhere on the stem that I can see on this existing plant where it looks like it's been grafted. Now that makes me suspicious, or think, although it's quite high up to graft it, if it was a citrus you could graft it at least 6 inches, so 15 centimeters above this point here. So I have a suspicion that the graft was above this point here, and they've had dieback in the nursery, and someone's cut it back so that they could regrow it and possibly even regraft it at some stage. But it's quite clear to me, as far as I'm concerned, that I haven't actually got a Wilson here at all. There's certainly no sign of a graft at the bottom. I'm going to repot it in a minute and have a look, but I think this is probably just a rootstock. Now what the rootstock is anybody's guess. I may paint this side of the stem to see if I can stop it spreading around the other side or to the bottom, but if it spreads around to here and this shoot here the top dies off, I'll just cut it back to a healthy area and we'll end up with another bush. I mean, I think that most White Sapotes probably produce an edible fruit from seed, so that might not be the name variety. It might turn out to be quite a pleasant fruit if it ever flowers and fruits here. But we'll stop the camera and flip it round and take it out of the pot and see what the root system looks like, because it's in one of these horrible tall pots that I particularly detest, that they love using in Canarius. So we'll stop the camera and have a look. Well, sorry about the sun behind me, it might make it a bit difficult to see, but we're still going to pop this out and have a look and see, even if you can't see me very clearly. Going to see how deep. Yeah, not a particularly well established root system. I suspect it's not been in here quite as long as it should have been. Now I've got it out, there's definitely no graft at the bottom, and to be honest, I can't see any sign of a graft anywhere on this stem. There's various swollen bits where side shoots are, but there's nothing that, to my mind, resembles a graft. And as I said, it's got this sort of area of dead stem all the way from there up to the top. Although it is attempting to grow on the other side, it looks to me like the bark's coming off, and that's shortly going to be dead. So I'm going to scrape that off probably. And this is just powder here, so that's no good whatsoever. So what I'm going to do, let's get rid of that tall pot. Again, I'm using my 511 citrus mix. It doesn't need to go into a pot this size, but I've decided I will, just to see what happens. This White Sapote roots are fairly vigorous, and it may well be may well be that it will suit this plant nicely to be in a bigger pot with the right compost in it. I'm going to leave it outside, I'm not going to put it inside. As I said, it seems to me quite likely that it's no longer a grafted plant. That being the case, I don't have to drive myself mad over it. I'll just plant it, water it, give it a spray, see if I can get rid of any. I've taken off the scale insects I could see on it. I've taken them off by hand. That seemed like the best bet. I might just take off, I think, to be honest, I'm going to take this stem back to here just to give it a slight chance. There's a small branch under there, it was no good. We'll see what happens. Perhaps we can nurse it back to health. As I said, this bark rot appears to have got at least halfway round the stem. I've got a feeling I'll be ending up cutting off this upper section here, but as there's no graft to worry about, I don't see it being really a problem. I'm just going to see if I can scrape off the loose bark. And as it seems to have a rot on it, normally I'd leave it, but I think I'll be tempted to paint it with something just to see if there's any chance of healing it, because it seems to have a mould on it. There is some green cambium just on the one side, but I'll definitely paint a seeder on it, see what happens, get rid of the loose stuff with my fingernail and see if we can get this white sapote growing again. That down a little bit so you can see. We probably can't see because of the sun. Maybe you can see and it's just the sun reflecting in my face. So we'll give this a good watering, paint that wound, and obviously if it does start to recover, I'll give you updates in future videos. So remember to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, you can share the video, and if you do want to know about this and my other plants, then click on the bell and you'll be informed when new videos come out. Catch up with you on the next video. Brett out for now.